Status symbol for 13,000 forints. Well, this must be some kind of joke. I thought I'd quickly put together a video for you about this watch because it deserves it, and not just because of its price, but for many other reasons as well. I will, of course, tell you all about these, but as usual, we'll first unbox it, then take a look at the watch from the outside, then I'll go over the specifications, and finally I'll share my experiences with it. Unboxing. So in fact, the unboxing is not a very complicated thing, and it doesn't deserve much discussion because we don't really get any accessories with this watch. We get a single manual with it, and we get a single charging cable, which is a usual magnetic charging cable, and that's it. Just the watch and the strap that's on it. So what does the watch look like? Well, the thing is, the appearance is exactly what I must highlight, because this watch, for 13,000 forints, indeed looks very, very good. And this is thanks to the 1.75-inch display size, thanks to the AMOLED display with incredible brightness, and thanks to the very stylish metal casing it has, with 3 pressable and rotatable buttons. So this watch looks like a serious watch from the outside, and it can indeed be taken seriously because it delivers on the features it promises. And well, what exactly can it do? Well, it has a 600 milliamp hour battery, which is quite large for a watch like this, and the manufacturer claims that it can last up to a month on a single charge, which is not true. More precisely, it's true if you don't touch the watch, don't look at it, and don't turn on the display, then it will surely last a month. Mamma mia! Otherwise, the realistic operating time on a single charge is about 1 to 1.5 weeks, but I don't think that's bad either, since you can charge it for 4 to 5 hours over the weekend, and it will work all week. What else can the watch do? Well, naturally, it has a bunch of sports functions. It is water-resistant with an IP67 rating, and supposedly it also meets the MIL STD 810 military standard, meaning it can withstand all sorts of things like direct sunlight, acidic environments, salty environments, and various other conditions. And here I have some doubts, because the MIL STD standard is essentially an extension of the IP69K standard. You see, IP69 represents the strongest protection against dust and water, while 69K also means protection against high-pressure water. The MIL STD standard takes it a step further, as it includes protection against drops, breakage, as I mentioned, acidic environments, direct sunlight, and 1,000 other things. This watch, however, has received an IP67 water and dust resistance rating, which means you can't even swim with it. There is some water resistance, but the manufacturer does not recommend taking it into water, and I would even say that showering with it might not be a good idea. So allow me to express some doubt regarding the presence of the MIL STD standard. Especially because this standard is not like the IP standard, meaning that manufacturers sometimes deviate and do not perform all the tests, and the watch may meet some parts of the MIL STD standard but not others. Yet they still label the packaging and specifications as having MIL STD 810 compliance. I'm not sure, so handle this watch carefully. Don't try to use it in very harsh environments. That because it won't end well. Okay, but then what is good and what is bad about this watch? Well, I've already mentioned 2 good things, because it looks incredibly good. And its display is very beautiful. These watch faces provide an almost 3D effect. The resolution and brightness are that good. The third thing I need to show is the flashlight function, which doesn't work like it usually does on these smartwatches, meaning the display doesn't just turn completely white to act as the light source, but it actually has a flashlight, specifically an LED flashlight. If we strap it onto our wrist, then it shines forward. It's located at the top. There is only one problem with this flashlight, and that is it can only be turned on from the menu. And this is one of the flaws of this watch that I must mention, that the buttons cannot be configured. So you can't set it up so that you configure the flashlight to the lower button, and by pressing it, you can turn it on and off. There is no such option. The manufacturer also highlights that these buttons are not only pressable, but also rotatable, which means you can scroll up, then and down in the menu with them. This is really great. Yeah, And they say it's very good, because you can select menu items without using the touch-sensitive display. But unfortunately, this is not true. This is not the first watch where I encountered this. In my opinion, it's a huge blunder that, although the button can be pressed, you cannot select the menu item you are currently on with it. So you can scroll, there's no problem with that, but you cannot select the menu item. This blunder is actually a small blunder, but still a blunder. Is there anything else bad that I need to mention? Well, actually there isn't. Because the thing is, this watch is actually not even a watch. This is an activity tracker, specifically an incredibly good-looking one equipped with a very good display, which doesn't even do that much. It has blood oxygen level measurement, which usually works, step counting, heart monitoring, so a lot of things that are typically expected with these watches. We have a lot of sports modes. There is a reminder to stand up if we are doing sedentary work, say every 2 hours. There is a reminder to drink a little water every hour. So these usual things that are typically found in an activity tracker are also present in this Mercier watch. Nothing else. You cannot install programs on it. Its memory is small and its hardware is relatively weak, only sufficient to run the pre-installed programs and functions without any issues or errors. The whole thing works perfectly well, but it definitely has the disadvantage that you cannot install anything on it. You have to make do with the functions that are currently included in the watch at the time of purchase. Of course, as with every watch, we also get a phone software. With this one, specifically, the software called Fit Cloud Pro, which can be installed on Android and iOS. This is a very simple program. It has the usual setup with 3 tabs, and we have a main screen where we can see the measured data such as blood oxygen, heart rate, steps taken, and the sleep monitor, because that's included too, which I forgot to mention. We have a second tab where we can perform various settings on the watch, change the watch face, enable alerts for drinking, movement, and set which phone app notifications we want to receive when a message arrives, so a lot of such things. Here, for instance, we can also adjust the watch faces. And there is a third tab, where we can tinker with very basic settings. The program itself works perfectly well. There is no problem with it. It even recognizes the Hungarian language. However, the way the program is translated into Hungarian is absolutely subpar. So I can suggest that if you know a little English, and it doesn't bother you that the application's language will be English, then switch it to English instead, because the Hungarian version particularly annoyed me. So I can say that you won't have any problems with this program. I didn't have any issues with it either, except for this translation thing, because fundamentally the program works well, it's easy to navigate, and we can access many settings through it. Essentially, it needs to be, because you will be able to customize the watch most easily, quickly, and smoothly through the phone app. I think this is where this video will end. As I mentioned, it's not a very long video. I've said everything about this watch except for one thing, its price. Currently, we can get this BlitzWolf AT6 Plus watch for between 13,000 and 14,000 forints, which is a really low price for this level of functionality, especially for its appearance and display. This watch indeed looks like a true status symbol, and in terms of its display, it can compete with any branded watch. So if it's very important to you that the watch on your wrist, besides the basic functions, also looks good and is stylish, then I definitely recommend the BlitzWolf AT6 Plus to you, because this watch has these capabilities and it does them well. Well, this video really is coming to an end now. I placed the link under the video on YouTube where you can purchase it, and I also included a coupon code there, which makes the mentioned price of 13,000 to 14,000 forints available. Additionally, I wrote an article about the watch, where I included photos of it as well as screenshots from the application. Check it out, read it if it caught your attention. I will also be posting other tests this week, both in written and video form. Come back, subscribe to the channel, and continue enjoying the spring. Be good, and goodbye.